Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Pineapple, and if you guys are new around here, you might not be familiar with me. I make a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2 content, and I used to say that I make a lot of Red Dead Online content as well, but that has fallen off recently due to my personal, feelings about the online. And being, an active member in the subreddits, I see a fair amount of posts that say things like, who else is loving the online? I know the thing right now is to circle jerk the single player or whatever. But who else is loving online right now? And I had seen so many of those in the past few days that I decided to post something that I knew was gonna annoy some people, but I really wanted a lot of feedback, because I figured by getting as many people to reply as possible, there was a higher chance that I would get some actual answers. And I have to commend Reddit. This was the best, Reddit thread that I think I've ever seen that was, my post is negative, straight up. My post is starkly against the online that I posted. And I asked people, why are you playing, basically. I'm going to read my post in full, but I wanted to preface it with this little intro because I'm going to try to present this as neutrally as possible. I mean, I am pretty starkly against the online, but I'm going to try my best to show you, what my post was, and then all of their responses, and kind of show you them based on, amount of upvotes, so that you guys can see, who you do, not who you do and don't agree with, but it's more about, I didn't understand, genuinely. And I feel like now, after making this post and reading all 100 of these comments between the two posts, I really feel like I have a much better idea of why people are actually liking the online, and the schools of thought among the different people. And I would love to hear your guys' take on this as well. This is going to be a little bit different of a video than we normally do. There will be a video out on the meteorites later today, but yeah, anyways, we're gonna hop in here with my Reddit post. And so as you can see, this has 0 upvotes and 54 comments, this version of it. So you can tell it's pretty popular. All right, I'm gonna read it from start to finish. The title was, "Those of you over level 60, why the heck are you playing? I don't mean this to be rude. I know it's gonna rustle some feathers, but with all these posts I'm seeing about who else is loving the online, I gotta ask, what the fuck? You did play the story mode, right? All the way through, and you'd rather play online than do another playthrough of single player? The online is pretty clearly in a subpar, pretty lifeless, limited state compared to the game we all just played in October. Even if you're confident it's getting better soon, which I 100% am, because even though I hate to say it, it is just a beta, why are you wasting so much time playing this specifically? Why not wait until it's got some content? Are you that happy with the gunplay that you're willing to take it at face value as the whole game? Are you trying to be ready and a high level when you may need it? Is it street cred? Do you love the Old West? As someone who couldn't wait for it to drop and then dropped no less than 80 hours on the online alone during release week, hunting, slaying, and showdowns, etc., I couldn't give you a reason to open the online today aside from playing with subscribers. This is a genuine question. I know it's worded pretty starkly against the online, but I'm genuinely confused, so please go for it. Too long didn't read was, did you finish the main story? And if so, what about the online do you like and why are you spending time on it? That is what I asked, alright? It is worded pretty against the online, and I really was not confident in Reddit to give me an actual answer. I was hoping with, wording it a little more, edgy, I guess, I would get more replies. That is exactly what happened, and to my genuine shock, it looked like a lot of people kind of hadn't heard it worded like this and were very genuine in their replies. And so I wanna go through these, because these do not seem like the reasons that I've been seeing people defending the online for. So I wanted to go through this because I feel like this is what actually is going through the heads of the people who are actually playing online all the time. And if you are one of those people, please comment down below and, let me and everybody else who is kind of obsessed with a single player right now, why, if you agree with these people and what their thoughts were and what your thoughts are as well. So here, we're gonna move on to the first one here, and this doesn't have the most upvotes, but it was the most common one I saw. I'm omitting everything that didn't get any upvotes or had one upvote, because I feel like I should only really show you the consensus of this. I don't feel like it's worth reading, 100 comments out about it. But, the ones that have a lot of upvotes, I feel like are, ones that multiple people agree with. So we're gonna go through those, but this is not the one with the most upvotes. This is just the one I saw the most. He says, because grinders know that when content comes, and it will come soon, cash is going to be the key. So rather than leave the beta, why not grind to level 100 so nothing will be level locked, and get 10k plus so that when new content drops, we can have what we want and enjoy. And that is when people like me will be grinding for the money to unlock those new items. And I wanted to stop here because this is probably, A, I said earlier, it's the most common answer I saw, but B, this makes the most sense to me. This is I mean, honestly, it made me want to open me online a little bit, because I was like, wait a minute, when something drops, I'm not gonna be able to make a YouTube video on it. I'm gonna have to go jump in Showdown series for like 3 days straight. This, as a content creator, I was like, okay, that's a really good answer. And if you're somebody who likes to be, this person in your circle of friends, or if you just like to always, if you're a new Apple, like you get the new phone every year, if you're that kind of person, you're probably also gonna be one of these people who is, ready and waiting for the moonshine distilleries or, player houses, whatever it may be, to come out. Moving on here, I have one that has 17 points, and the reply below that I'm including as well, just because he would said same for me, so I felt like, it reinforced that a lot of people were leaving a comment like this. I saw a lot of these saying, this one is from Sunny Grapes, it looks like, maxing out all my ability cards and weapons in time for the proper online, it's quite the grind. So that implies to me kind of the same thing as the first one, is that like you're expecting a lot more content to come and you want to be ready as fuck for when that happens. And I mean, kudos. Like, I think that's really respectable that you guys are willing to, like, I mean, frankly, like, I don't want to say willing to waste time, because it's not what it is. I think that's the biggest switch between when I was posting about this and when I have been recording it, is I don't feel as much like people are wasting time anymore. I feel like you're excited about different things. Like, you're excited about being the first people to get the moonshine distillery if and when it does come out, more than you are like upset about the fact that it's not out. And that is the big distinction for me. And I felt like a lot of people, this is a fairly like heated topic right now, and I've seen so many posts about the DLC that's gonna save Red Dead Online, and I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna keep going here, but the next comment we're gonna go through here has 13 points. He says, because I'm too rich in single player that doing stuff like hunting and fishing for cash isn't really worth it anymore. I also like multiplayer free roam games like this. Even if it's only in beta mode, I can do whatever I want and make money, and it's not all given to me in a 30-minute mission. So this is the other thing I saw, was that people are really enjoying that they can make money and do things without having to do like heists and stuff like that, is what it seems like. Like, people were frankly annoyed at how hard it was in the single player to make money. For example, he says here he's too rich in single player. I'm gonna go on a limb and say he's completed the epilogue. But all the way up until unless you were doing gold bar glitches and stuff like that, money was pretty tight in the single player, unless you really were like decisive on like, okay, I'm gonna buy this and then this and then this, and then I'm gonna save my money for this, and then that's kind of how I felt like a lot of people were playing Arthur, at least for a while, until stuff gets a little bit more lucrative towards the end. But it really seems like people weren't enjoying the fact that they had to do missions to earn money in the single player like that, like. And then like you could, I saw a couple of comments, I don't know how many made it to the video, but a lot of people were saying that like you can rob people in online and there's not like a real penalty. The law might come, but you don't have like a bounty for it. Like, you don't have to pay money for making money, which I thought is also it's another really good point. So we're gonna move on here. This next one here has 5 points, and he says, hoping that when the update comes, having cash on hand and levels will benefit my game in some way. Could still be a waste of time, but it's still fun for me at the moment because I play with friends and we make our own games. So it really seems like people are thoroughly enjoying the fact that it is the multiplayer aspect. So people who have been waiting to hang out with their friends, maybe they've been, a little secluded because they were playing Red Dead instead of, whatever games their friends might have been playing or whatever. Now all those people are playing together in the online, with a voice chat basically. So it's that like, I don't want to say Rust experience, but it's like, it's a pretty barren experience, but it's awesome because it's with your friends, which I feel like is also a pretty interesting point. The next one we're going to talk about has 9 points. He says, I am rank 101 at the moment. I love hunting and free roaming while listening to music. It relaxes me, and I like how the game looks. Also, I want to save up cash for the next content update. And as you guys have noticed, there's a theme here. People are really... like, they're not doomsday prepping, it's kind of the opposite. Gold rush prepping, basically. They're getting ready for all the good stuff to come. And it really seems like the people who are playing the online are really the people who have some goddamn faith in Rockstar. And that is, I think, kind of what it boils down to. I would be willing to bet, I didn't add this in the post, but I would be thoroughly willing to bet that almost everybody who is grinding in Red Dead Online probably played GTA Online, and probably really enjoyed it. So they probably understand what's coming. They had a great time in that game. They had a great time in the single player. They know it's going to be good, so they're not worried. And I think that's a really big distinction. Is that it's not necessarily that the people who are defending the beta are unaware of the flaws. It's that they are waiting and they know that they're going to be fixed because they have that much faith in Rockstar. And I think that's the big difference, because for a while I was upset because I kept hearing people say, it's a beta, it's a beta, it's a beta, it's a beta. And that is just their way of saying, I have faith. That's all that, like, that's what that is. I have faith it'll get better. I have faith it'll get better. And that's what Rockstar throwing beta on there means, is have some goddamn faith. And so everybody who is like getting hung up on both sides of the fence about, oh, it's just a beta, it's just a beta, that's not what that means, that's not what that means. Because it's not what it means. But it means have faith. And so, like, I don't know, I find this really, I know this is a different video than I normally go through, but I've been, super kind of active in the Reddit community lately, and I really felt like this post and then reading through these comments was going to help people like me and then people like me understand this a little bit differently. So we're going to keep going here. The next one has 4 points. He says, I find the grinding fun, plus I'm saving money in gold bars for when they add more content, so I'll be one step ahead. Just, kind of more people that are just so ready for it to come out, but they're using that readiness in a totally different light. Like, I'm so ready for content because I want a reason to play, and they're so ready for content because they're ready for any content. They're like ready for something to come out and cost 100 gold bars, they got it. They got, 10 grand in the bank, they got it. Like a new Showdown series that you can only access if you're level 50, guess who's in it? They are. So like, I don't know, it's really, I hadn't really thought about a lot of these things before. So, gonna move on, so I got another one from Camel Zara. It said, no reason, just wasting time. And I was like, well, thank you for that. I mean, I appreciate the honesty, my friend. This one only has 1 point, but I wanted to throw it in here because I felt like it kind of, it was a nice bow, so to speak, or some sprinkles or some icing, I don't know how to say, on the cake here for this, but I guess you would not put a bow on a cake, would you? He says, I'm level 89, I just enjoy playing Showdown mostly, which levels you up fast, but I'm also assuming this game is going to take a similar turn to the events of GTA Online, where they will start releasing highly overpriced things, and I want to be able to afford them, and I eventually want to upgrade all of the ability cards, and I mean, honestly, the ability card thing, that was my favorite part about Online. Like, I really like the ability cards, I really like the upgrade system, I thought that was great, and I still really can't wait to use it, I just want a reason to. And then we're gonna go on to the last one here, which is from Pump Truffle, and it has 2 points, and he says, I want to unlock all the things I want and earn as much money as possible, but more than both of those, I'm really enjoying it. Pretty much all of my time is spent hunting and messing around with mates, doing stranger missions, and I've barely touched showdowns, but enjoy a couple of races now and again. I'm also going for platinum, so needed to get level 50 anyway. And that is going to be it. That's all the comments. So I'm probably going to end the video pretty quick here, but I did want to wrap it up by saying this was really great. Like, I had an amazing time, like, reading through all the comments. I was super pleasantly surprised with the Reddit community. If you guys are somebody from the Reddit community, thank you. I appreciate you guys for coming over. It means a lot. And honestly, like, I feel like I understand the second half of the player base way better than I did, yesterday. So this was really eye-opening for me. I was really happy to put this together for you guys. I really hope you guys like this. If you would like to see more of this, please leave me a comment down below and say so. I feel like the like to dislike ratio is going to be pretty bad on this video just because of like the title and content. So if you guys want to see more of these, leave me a comment down below that says more ! Or something like that. Yeah, that'll be it. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys had a wonderful time, and I will see you guys very soon. I think I've got a video on meteorites coming out later in the day, depending on when this drops. So yeah, all right, I'll see you guys soon. Peace.